I've noticed something quite concerning during the last few years. You know these people who said that plants have feelings? That plants feel pain? I know exactly where it comes from. It comes from this kind of book. This one is called The Hidden Life of Trees. I've read it in French. And this book gives you the feeling that if you step on the root of a tree, you hurt the tree. If you do a bit of research about this book and the author, you become aware that this is not a scientific book. It's a New Age book. So you cannot base your perception of the world on that. Because think, let's say there's a little flooding in your valley and there's a bear and there's a rabbit that are both drowning. Which one are you saving? The little fruit or the animal? Obviously you're going to save the animal. Or I can give you another example. Let's say there's a baby tree that's drowning and a baby cat that's drowning. Which one do you save? The baby cat, obviously. You wouldn't think twice. Of course you wouldn't save the tree. But New Age authors brainwash people's minds, and then people use that excuse that apparently plants feel pain and emotions, but it's not the case. They cannot feel anything like that because they don't have pain receptors, they don't have nerves, they don't have a brain. Plants don't have a nerve system, but animals do. Cows, humans, squirrels, cats, dogs, fish, they all have a nerve system and they can feel emotions and pain. Well, you need a brain to move around, to choose your trajectory, to make decisions. But plants don't move, they cannot flee. It wouldn't make any sense if they could feel pain and distress or these kind of things. It wouldn't make any sense. I also heard a lot of ridiculous things from these New Age groups. For example, when they say that fish or birds have a collective conscience. That's so ridiculous. I think these ideas come from groups of fake vegetarians that still decide to eat fish and birds for some reason, and then they make up some excuse and say that these animals don't have an individual conscience. Well, these animals can move in groups very fast because they are fast. These animals are clearly faster in the brain than people who make these kind of statements. So, the point is that in reality, all animals have emotions and they can feel pain, joy, fear, all these kind of things. And we should respect them. And the most basic respect is not to exploit them. Simple. That's why I'm vegan. So what made me vegan? I watched Earthlings first, but it wasn't enough. I needed to see the most important speech ever by Gary Yourofsky and watch more videos of animal farms and slaughterhouses